You ain't gotta feel us, we ain't in the dudes. Drop 2 videos, got 6 interviews. This shit sponsored from the trap, no rented Jews. Not talents were real men to choose. We made gin and mule.
Cheers to Black Richard Gear. What's up with everybody? How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday? I'm out here, cooling how I'm cooling right here on the patio. I decided to do this one outside. The last podcast I did, I'm noticing the lighting wasn't doing too well inside. So you know what, I'll bring it outside now. We'll switch up the vibe a little bit. As you can see, I moved out the bricks, but I still moved into the bricks. Still here, never left. Shout out Base the Man. We want to start off there. We want to start off showing respect, manners and respect to all the artists and promoters and DJs and everybody out there. I want to say shout out to all y'all, all the creators. Shout out Big Drake Marshall, creating all the brands and flyers and logos in the city that you be seeing popping off right now. Shout out that good brother doing his kingdom. I hear he's actually about to do something for a really famous professional wrestler. So y'all be on the lookout, man. Y'all soon, man. The price is gonna go up. I ain't gonna be able to book my boy Dre in a second. Keep that on the hush, but I'm just letting y'all know, we're doing stuff. Things are getting done. We're doing things. Shout out to home though. But no, matter of fact, shout out Fuego Base, man. Say that. June 11th. It's on the way. It's already done. It's just, we're going through our little things behind the scenes that we got to do to make sure, release on the right time, release on all the right platforms at the same time. So, we're doing those things, doing stuff. But besides all of that, man, what's up with y'all? What's up? It ain't what's up Wednesday, but, I still want to see what up. Comment what's up in the comments. This will be going onto my YouTube page. We're going to be back on YouTube after this, but also, I have some exclusive content that I'm going to be dropping on my Patreon. Yeah, I have a Patreon now. I have to put up, a paywall because I realize there's some conversations I'm going to start having that, they may try to cancel me for. So, before they cancel me, man, you have to pay to cancel me. Shout out to the Pure Pro Bake. We meant to link up when you was out here, brother, but, I know you can be back in the city, and that's actually my next thing I'm going to get into as well. As usual, I've always wanted to do a big Virgo celebration. So I think I'm actually just going to take my talents to Atlanta. I've already taken my talents to Atlanta, but I'm actually going to bring my promotional talents to Atlanta. September 11th is going down, the Virgo Bash. I was just going to have, shout out Heem Shakur. I see you, my good brother, doing your thing. You're doing stuff all around the world. And also, Big Reg, I see you in the comments. The infamous DJ, infamous photographer, infamous graphic designer. He's a one man band, one stop shop, does it all. So make sure you check my boy out. But yeah, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, the Virgo Bash, the Virgo Versus is going down September 11th. Pull up. Bringing CT to the ATL. Bringing the whole CT to the ATL. But specifically the Virgos. I'm trying to get, boy Snacks Gigameister down here. I'm going to see if I can get Sax Fish Fry to pull up. Try to get the smoothest of the Haynes to pull up if he could. If he can grace us with his presence. He's a busy individual. See if we can get him to pull up. And, and some friends as well. Feel free to bring your friends. Snacks, feel free to bring Bobby Bad News. Anytime me and him get together is a problem. We shut the city down, different types of cities. Let them know it will be salmon in the building, though. So, yeah, you know how that shit go. Ain't no Mike, Reg. You got to come through. 9/11 is going down. Oh, I didn't mean... So, the event location, most likely, right now, it looks like it's going to be Uptown Comedy Club / Greenlight Lounge. So, if you don't know what that is, y'all can look it up. But, yeah, we're doing stuff. We're working behind the scenes. I'm putting it all together. Like I said, that's going to be coming soon. So, definitely stay tuned. Shout out to Luckmeister. This guy right here, man, I don't even know. I hear he does beats, You see him underneath the comments as Lux Sirius Cyrus. I can never figure out how to pronounce that. Is it like the star constellation, like Cyrus? I don't know. But anyway, that good brother, man. I see him be putting together some really good like montage videos that were like a collaboration, like different like scenes and things with music behind it. I like the way he be doing. I might have to get him to come down here and put something together for me out here in Atlanta. Excuse the loud noise in the background. It must be a garbage truck or the water people. You know, they was cutting my water back on today. Cut our water off in the morning. You know, they wanted to purify things, but they set us back up and running, so don't be worried about me. But let's get into some podcasting, man. You know, there's a lot of things been happening in the world. I just wanted to, you know, get the news off first, all my announcements. But now that that's done, you know, one of the biggest things that happened in the podcast world is the Joe Budden Podcast has officially broken up. They've officially ended after their 6 or 7 year run. They was doing their thing, and I've been seeing a lot of different comments and emotions about who's right, who's wrong. Is Joe wrong? Is Maul and Rory wrong? You know, everybody's kind of picking their sides. So we definitely I just want to see what y'all thoughts are on that. See if y'all siding with Maul or if y'all siding with Joe. So basically, if you don't know, Joe Budden has a podcast he's doing with two people he considered friends, Maul and Rory. If you don't know who Maul is the youngest brother of Biggs, who was one of the heads of Rock Nation. He has another brother named Hip Hop, who I guess is also part of, you know, a big staple in the hip hop community, making beats and things of that sort. And Rory is an individual who put together, what's the event everybody was just going to? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Duce Palooza. You know, I think it was Henny Palooza at first, then they changed it to Duce Palooza once Jay-Z and all them got involved. So they're kind of like, they're not nobodies. They do some things. They're doing stuff. But Joe Budden basically kind of separated. Well, not separated. He fired him. He fired him because, you know, they wanted to see the numbers. They wanted to see the splits. They wanted to see, you know, how much, you know, money was coming in. Because basically, there's a few different ways you can be paid off this type of media. You can be a salary worker, meaning I'll give you $50,000 a year. So that means you work unlimited hours. There's no punching the clock. Whenever you come in, whenever I say come in, you gotta come in. That's part of your salary, your duties. Most managers are paid underneath salary. Then you have, you know, we'll just say weekly or regular pay. W2 people that get paid, you know, per hour. And that means you have to actually punch the clock, and I'm going to pay you a certain dollar figure per hour, days that you show up. And then you can get paid on percentages. And basically, their percentage was that we were going to split a percentage of the income that we generate together, whether it be 33% or Joe gets 50 and we split 50 and 25 each, either or. But basically, Joe didn't want to divulge the information of how much income was basically coming in. So I don't know, I'm not the sharpest tool in the drill, but that's automatically a red flag to me. If I'm working for a percent and you won't tell me the total of the percent I'm getting, that I'm taking a percent from, then how do I know if my paycheck's right or not? Oh, listen, I'm the questioner of questioners. If you ever worked with me before, I've sold energy in different places. And one thing about it is I'm not afraid to challenge management or the owners or the CEOs, whoever it be. Like, if I got questions, I'm going to ask. I'm going to let it be known. Like, hold up, how much I'm making? And not for nothing, I'm not going to say, like, how much somebody else is making, but if I find out this person making this, I'm like, hold up, we may need to renegotiate some things. If you're paying this guy that and you're paying me this, you have to justify that. So, with that being said, they just was like, man, listen, what we actually bringing in? Because if you're saying we getting 100,000, all right, 33%, 25%, that's 25,000. But if you're making $1 million, brother, you want me 250. So I need to know what I'm getting. And I hate to say it, but Joe's a Virgo, man, and I don't think that's a Virgo trait at all. So with that being said, how do you conduct business with somebody, whether they're friends or not, and not want to, relinquish that information? And my biggest, I guess I'll say my biggest gripe with Joe is the fact that he made it seem like it was something completely different. Like, oh, Rory's just bitching. Rory wants to fight me on the show. Rory keep asking me to fight on the show, so I asked him to step away because he kept wanting to fight me. And Maul just took Rory's side because, you know, Maul didn't want to break up the group. And come to find out, this has been going on all along. That they've been, you know, kind of beefing behind the scenes almost for over a year now about, hey, let us see the numbers. And so that's my biggest gripe, is the fact that Joe is kind of, he put a veil over it. He wanted to make it seem as if they were all in the wrong and like they were just bitching, they just being bitch ass niggas. Excuse my French, my language, whatever you want to know. Like I said, this is gonna go up on some different places, so I gotta watch the way I talk. But that's crazy, like the fact that he spent it that way to make it seem like this was something that was being done by them just for being emotional. Like, but now, once again, they came out, they made their response. And since he made the response, he's actually doubled back on some of the things he had to say, that he said. One thing he said was that, you know, if y'all guys do a podcast, I'm going to sue your pants off. They did their show, and now he's saying, oh, I'm not going to really sue. I don't know. That's a red flag, Joe. Somebody was saying maybe his lawyers got in his ear like, hey, you actually can't sue. Or you actually can't threaten them like that they can't. Like, they can't find other work elsewhere. Like, so the fact that he's actually backtracking now and saying, I apologize to these guys, that's showing me a lot about him as well. Like, oh, I don't want to say this word, it's two-faced, but it's like you got your foot in and out. Like, are you mad at him or you not mad at him? Yeah, I definitely see Rory asking questions. Rory's one of the smarter individuals. Like I said, he's, you know, he has a not record company, but I think he like manages like a group or something like that. So shout out Tom, man. Hold up, man. We gotta get a quick pause real fast. I just want everybody in the comments to shout out my boy Tom, man. The hardest working China black man in America. Yeah, Tom is one of us. We adopted Tom. But also shout out for Tom, man, for giving me some of that greatest stock advice the other day, man. Tom is now my financial consultant. So if anybody, you know, want to talk to me about any financials, go through Tom first. You can stop by the shop, you know, and he'll let you know anything. Or you can, you know, contact him directly at 860-525-9772. That's correct. If you want to talk to me about any financials, call Tom. Don't ask me no more about no contracts about what me and Base got. We signed that contract at Tom's. Ask Tom what it's about. Tom got all the answers. That's 860-525-9772. And make sure you pick up a $2 meal for me while you're there as well. But yeah, back to Joe Budden, man. Then another gripe I have is the cheerleaders. Now, he's brought on two of his other friends. Now, this is the thing. This is a podcast with friends. And he's beefing with two of his friends. And he chooses to bring two more friends on. So, in my mind, if I was these friends, I would be thinking, well, to say he won't do the same thing to me if he just did that to these guys that he's been doing this for 7 years. Then, this guy, Parks is like, really like, at first he said, I'm just going to play the middle, just going to be non-biased. But then you start hearing him, he's like, yeah, this affects my business. These guys affect my pockets. I'm like, hold on, you're not really a friend if you're thinking about money over the friendship. Parks just cares about the podcast keep going, because like I said, this is probably some of his biggest, you know, biggest stream revenue. You know, he's a producer and, you know, things like that, but he hasn't been known for doing shit. Excuse my language again, but yeah, nobody knew who you were, Parks, just like they didn't know Rory or Maul. But now you become this, you know, big deal in the producer world because of the show. And now everybody's like, oh, you used to produce for Joe Budden, but nobody really likes Joe's music, so I don't think you did pump it up for him, did you? But if you did, so what? Like, that was your only claim to fame. So now let's double back. Like, now Maul and Rory do their show, and I think they slipped up a little bit. I think they should have let it go on YouTube as well, but there's probably some rules why they couldn't let it go on YouTube. But I saw that they, you know, they went to like a paywall called Vimeo or whatever. I don't know how much, you know, they did there, what the numbers were. But I saw the guy that reposted basically their whole video on YouTube. That shit's up to about damn near 800,000. Those numbers alone would basically be one of the, if it was considered underneath the Joe Budden network, that would be probably one of their top, definitely in the top 10 videos on YouTube right now. Maybe even their top 5. So that just shows that how much interest they have right now from the whole community in the podcast world. They can really come up right now. Shout out my good brother Siobhan, man. Tell your boy to holler at me, man. I'm gonna get him to get on the track with my boy Base, man. We gonna make this Springfield Chicopee Hartford connection real. But yeah, man, it's weird to see that happen. Like they kind of missed out on that one. Like I said, I don't know what the numbers they did from their paywall, but yeah, I see that they almost up to about 800,000 just off of like a bootleg video. So if they were to do their own podcast, I'm sure their podcast would do numbers just off the simple fact of the buzz right now. You know how they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. And right now they got all the publicity in the world right now. They got half of the world, half of the population, whatever, siding with them. And then there's some creators, some business folk that are siding with Joe. But right now is a perfect time for you to make people pick a side. And like I said, I'm not picking a side. I'm just, like I said, I call it for what it is. Call a spade a spade. I always side with the Virgos. Shout out Miss Lee Raven Santana. She's one of the baddest dancers I've ever seen up close and personal. I can't wait till she come to Atlanta. I'm gonna have to have her pull up at the Time Is Money. The Time Is Money mixer. That's in December. So we'll see about that. But yeah, even the Virgo bash, she may have to come down to Atlanta for that. But yes, the Time Is Money mixer is happening again this year. We will have dancers there again. That's actually going to be December 11th. I'm doing everything on 11th. September 11th is going to be the Virgo versus. December 11th is going to be the Time Is Money mixer. And June 11th is Say That. Everything is dropping on the 11th. Every 3 months we're dropping something on the 11th. So pay attention. June 11th, do it again. June 11th, Say That by Fuego Base is dropping. September 11th, we got the Virgo versus in Atlanta. December 11th, Time Is Money mixer. We're going to have the artists in the building. We're going to have the dancers in the building. Have free food. It's going to be a vibe. If you weren't there last time, I'm pretty sure you saw some footage from it. So just make sure you recap that. Shout out my boy Reg for DJing that night. But like I said, I don't want to take too much more time on Joe. I think I wasted enough energy on him already, man. But yeah, it's just kind of sad though too to see, like I said, friends go at it with each other like that. Well, somebody that you consider friends. See, at one moment, Joe's like, well, we're not really friends with Rory. I'm really friends with Maul. But then you telling people Maul used to hide Tide Pods underneath his pillows when y'all lived together. Like, that's some weak nigga shit. Not for nothing. That's real weak. That was super weak of him to say something like that. Like, why are you trying to, like, discredit this dude like he broke or something? Like, and even Maul said, like, there's been times I've had more money than you, and I'm not even a rapper. And let's not get it fucked up. His brother is Biggs. Jay's big homie. So he has access to money, some type of funds, and he's in the circles that you want to get in. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, let him have it. We'll see how that all turns out. But now, like I said, we'll go into something that's less controversial. My boy J. Cole. The kid J. Cole just dropped. Heard him say he had one of the best album rollouts. He was on Slam Magazine. And he was also an African now, playing basketball professionally. He's like, I don't care if y'all don't give me no deal in the NBA. I go to the African League. And I can see the play behind that. One, is going to generate a lot of attention for that league. Two, is going to maybe put some spotlight on him if he can actually ball or not. Let's say he does like what LaMelo did and balls out over there. And now people in the NBA actually like, listen, you might need to put him on a D-League team or something like that. Yeah, shout out Frank Nino, man, the king of Springfield, as he would call it, Hall of Fame City. I don't know if that's the real name or if he made it that name, but it is what it is. That man's the king of Springfield. It's funny, man. I met Frank Nino before I met Frank Nino. I actually, what was it? One of my artists, kid Stephen, I had brought out to a club out there, a strip club, and Frank Nino was the promoter. Him and Marcus Clark, Gold, they were the promoters there. But then there was another guy I used to work with, John Santana. He used to always keep telling me, like, no, you need to get with Frank Nino, man. You need to get Frank with Nino. I'm like, who's Frank Nino, man? Who's the Frank Nino guy you keep talking about? He's like, no, he's just like you, man. I swear he's just like you. But shout out Frank Nino, man, and this whole squad, Blaze G, Blacksmith, if you ever looking for, like I said, some dudes, like I said, to collaborate with musically wise, or even like with this same type of stuff, like with footage wise, Frank Nino is the footage king, man. You'll see some epic video footage if you check out his YouTube and all that. So definitely shout out that good brother. But I just really know in the comments really fast, what did y'all think about J. Cole album? What was y'all favorite tracks? What one did y'all not like? Do y'all think it's his best work ever? Like, how y'all think that turned out? Shout out to Drugger Man 3 times. You know, he got the Ooh Baby challenge still. I hear he's gonna be shooting a video up there in CT. Listen, I'm about to drop my Ooh Baby. You know what, Drugger? I got it. I'm gonna make them play Ooh Baby at the club at the club I work at right now. I'm gonna do my own Ooh Baby challenge live in the club for you. Got you. They ain't gonna know what the hell I'm doing. They're like, why the skinny nigga rubbing his belly? What the hell is he doing? But yeah, I like the 21 Savage song, man. 21 Savage went in. I mean, he was barring Joe Cole. He was barring J. Cole to death. I mean, line after line after line. I mean, it was like he was just, I mean, punchline after punchline, and it was all like just sticking with each other, like sort of like how Lil Baby did Drake on that song that just dropped. He was dog walking that boy. Mainstream album, but it sounds like a mixtape. I love how he started it, man, with Killer Cam, and the fact that he didn't even let Cam rap, so it kind of made you feel like he wanted Cam to rap. Well, you wanted Cam to rap. Definitely good brother. Definitely gonna get you on here. It seemed like everybody was saying, man, I want Cam to rap. And a lot of people like, oh man, he's playing these like slow, like kind of not slow, but kind of like jazzy tune, like kind of jazzy beats. But that's what it is. Like, you know, he wanted to bring that old feeling back. Like, all right, like all y'all doing this Detroit swag, and they're trying to be like these guys over here in New York, or you trying to be like, you know, the rappers in Atlanta, or you trying to be like, you know, the not hyping movement anymore, but you know, the Bay Area rappers. Nah, he says, I'm gonna give y'all some nostalgic feeling of like, you don't know like what part of the world I'm coming from with this. You just know this shit is hard, and not for nothing. You're right, a lot of features. He killed them with the features. My favorite feature, even though I just said 21 Savage is my favorite song on there, was the Diddy feature. That's some bullshit. You mentioned fighting this nigga in the song, and then have him in the song. That's some bullshit. That's some real life nigga, real good brother shit. On a couple different levels. One, shows he's not afraid of Diddy. 2, shows he's not holding any gripes against Diddy at all. And 3, it shows other brothers like, listen, just because we've had some type of beef in the past don't mean we can't move past that. That was hard. That was a bar itself. We had beef in the past don't mean we can't move past that. Listen, I'm about to rap. I'm gonna drop a lemon pepper freestyle for y'all. Everybody doing lemon pepper freestyle. I'm gonna do it on my damn self, man, because I'm just barring myself to death right now. But yeah, that was like really dope, man. I didn't really know, and everybody kind of went to that song first because they heard about, you know, the Diddy fight in there. So everybody wanted to, you know, tune into that. So that's what I'm saying. J. Cole, I'm not gonna lie, he mainstreamed the hell out of this one. He made it so he got like the little topics that you would jump to, like the Diddy thing. He got the, like I said, people will listen to it because he got Cam on the first thing. So the first thing you do is try listening to Cam one that comes on first, obviously. But then with other features like 21, just like dudes just spitting. Then I like how, I think it is a 21 still with yeah, that's with 21 and Moray. The fact, oh my God, I didn't even know that was a dude Moray singing like that on there. Like that was super hard. I mean, and not for nothing, that's one of my favorite Styles P songs too. You know, I'm a big Gangsta and the Gentleman fan. Like I don't want to give y'all my secrets, but I was just locked out of my iTunes account, whatever, and they was like, what's the first album you bought? And I put Gangsta and the Gentleman, and it was wrong. But still, that was one of the first albums I ever bought. I think the first album I ever bought in life, like rap album, was Because I Got High by Afro Man. And I don't know, there was some other songs on it. I remember he had Jay and Silent Bob on like some tracks. So yeah, I think that was the first album I ever purchased, like myself going to a place and buying an album. But I digress. I just went on a totally random tangent with that one. But yeah, man, shout out to J. Cole for doing his thing on that off season, and once again, properly named. He did this during the off season, like he knew he was gonna get signed to the either the NBA or the African League. So it was perfect. It was very well done. So kudos to him. While I'm on the topic, I did say that dropping June 11th. Shout out my boy, Snacks Giggity. I believe he's dropping in September. He's dropping his R&B album, his first R&B project. I've been saying I want to do an R&B project for years. I'm going to do it eventually. I'm going to get to it. Shout out Blizzy Sad. I'm definitely going to get you on the podcast eventually, brother. Like I said, I'm working. I have to work remotely right now because I'm in Atlanta. Unless you're going to come down here, which I don't mind. You know, definitely got a place for you to kick it if you need to or not. But yeah, I'm conducting a lot of my interviews here in Atlanta. But shout out to Snacks Giggity. I can't wait to hear that R&B album, man. Like I said, we don't got enough R&B artists coming out of Connecticut. You know, we got Rue Williams and things like that, but you know, I still would like to see more of us. You know, my boy Shecky Shabazz, swear he could sing and rap. Also, while I got that on the top of my mind, like I said, I got a position in this comedy club, Greenlight Lounge, and once again, it's a comedy club. So anybody that's a comedian or a comic, or you just think you funny, my boy Shecky Shabazz, Jackie Cat Daddy Hunt, I think that's what he goes by, Cat Daddy. Anybody that want to pull up, like I said, get into the venue, just let me know. Like I said, I'll make it happen. Like I said, we connected all the dots down here. That's one thing I've been doing while I've been down here is trying to, connect as many dots as I can. Ask Fuego Base. He was down here 2 hours. As soon as he got down here, he's like, nigga, you trying to put me to work already? I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, we going straight to the studio. You can go ahead and shower, get ready, but we going to the studio, and we going to chop it up with my boy Nike Boy Zeke. Shout out to him and his boy QT. We got to watch them brothers, put in some work. And, we got some work coming in the future with those guys as well. So that's what it's about right now, man. I'm really, I don't want to say I'm trying to put CT on the map because we already on the map. They know where we at. Now it's just to bring attention, I'm trying to bring the spotlight to us so they can see where they know where we at now. So now let's shine on them. So J. Cole album review, like I said, was good. We're going to see how his basketball career does. And speaking of basketball, they got the play-in game that's happening right now. I know a lot of people they don't like it. That's well, the athletes saying they don't like the play-in games. But I think it's a dope concept, just for the fact that it kept everybody playing up to the last game. Usually people, if you already secured the number one seed or whatever seed you is, they kind of fall back the last couple of games and just try to rest their players. But the fact that you can be a 10th seed and still have the opportunity to come and play your way into the playoffs, that puts the pressure on that 8th and 7th seed, as well as, like I said, the 6th and 5th seed. You might drop down, unfortunately, and become the 8th seed, and now you got to play in to stay in the playoffs. So it creates a whole another little dichotomy, I think is the word, of strategy as well. If you were the number one seed, do you want to play the Lakers if they number 8, or if you try to hurry and get them out of there? So you want to, try to help them. If you had them play them the last game, you might want to try to make them like the 8th or the 9th or the 10th seed. So, like I said, it definitely creates some more interest in the NBA. Got them guys still balling out. They can't take no breaks. KD, you can't take no more breaks. Kawhi Leonard, you can't take no more breaks. And yes, Base say that. BSF Philly on the 24th of this month. We're doing stuff. We're doing things. So say that June 11th. Based on Philly, in Philly, this month on the 24th. One thing, I know Drugger mentioned this before. One thing we see other people do when we be going to these different cities, they be pulling up with squads. So there's no reason why we can't pull up with the squad. So if we need to put a caravan together to go to Philly, let me know, man. Like I said, I probably won't be able to make it, but I still, throw some funds to it if we got to. Together each achieve more, man. So, and you as an artist, if you, like I said, looking to get put on, it may be a good thing for you to travel with Base to these spots. Get to rub shoulders with some of the people that he been rubbing shoulders with. That's how we got into the loop. One thing I want to shout out, and the person I want to shout out is the dude City Boy from BSF. While Base was locked up, I remember just talking to him one time, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna really get into doing this merch shit like how you be doing, man, and doing my thing. And one thing he told me, man, just be around. And I kind of took heed to that, and just by being around, you know, you put yourself in opportunities to, like I said, to pick up knowledge from other people, to actually just witness some things go down that you might not ever seen before. So like, oh, that's how that happened. This is how that goes. This is how they make money off of this. This is how you make money off of that. So it's definitely a good opportunity, like I said, for anybody that, like I said, wants to pursue this career in this industry, is to get around other people that are pursuing the same thing you're pursuing. But lastly, man, you know, I don't want to end on a harsh note, but I see that they have this war going on in Palestine. Once again, I'm not too great with grammar and English. You know, it's not my native tongue. I don't know what our native tongue used to be, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't English. But yeah, and that's exactly what the war's over. Native. Who is native to the land or not? Basically, I'm not the biggest historian of how Palestine and Israel came into beefing, but from our understanding, I believe once the Holocaust or whatever was over, the Jewish people were moved to Israel. That was the land that they were given. Now, it's kind of weird because it's kind of like America. Like, English people and French and all the guys came here and they just started dividing up all the Indians' land. Like, who told you to come over here and divide our land up like that? Like, all right, whatever. It's neither here nor there. And I think that's kind of what the Palestinians felt like. Hold up, how you gonna come and give these people our land? We're actually here still. Like, this land's not deserted. Like, hello, I live here. And they kind of made them like the ruling party over there. And so they've been beefing for years now. Almost probably 100 years, maybe. Close to it, 50 up to 100 years. But one thing I see that, you know, affects us here as a community is they're talking about the expelling or the deportation of, you know, black Hebrews. Shout out my boy Hebrew Beats. But yeah, I see that's happening. So it's like, once again, we have these people keep kicking another people out of a country, saying that you don't belong, that this is not your place to be. And one thing you know about darker hued people is that most likely we were there first. Like I said, it's a hot climate. We were probably around that area first. And it's just sad to see that we can be in 2026 and you'll still hear about, you know, the slave trade, and still hear about, you know, these different types of racism that are going on. And it just shows you that you would thought that minds would have evolved since then. But sometimes, you know, it's the same thing, just different, same, what they say, same shit, different toilet. Anything going on everywhere. So it's like, I don't have a solution or any too big of a comment. I'm just noticing, saying I see it. I see these things going on. So if you guys see what's going on, like I said, you can comment, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. Definitely educate me if I'm wrong about the whole gripe or what is over. But I just want to send prayers to all the people out there, whether you're on the Israel side or the Palestinian side, and hopefully they will be able to have some type of peace and figure out how, you know, they can either coincide together or, yeah, just not kill each other. Like, damn, like, even if we just argue, we can just argue. Like, damn, why we gotta take it that far? But like I said, I have some other conversations and things that I want to talk about. That's gonna be on my Patreon. I had a few discussions with some lovely black queens, and they let me know that, you know, me being a black male is a place of privilege, and I may be speaking out of place sometimes when I say certain things. But me as a black man, once again, I feel like as one of the black kings of this earth, it's my job to lead the people who I'm with, who are around me. And my biggest way of leading, my biggest contribution I think I provide is asking questions, is stirring the pot, is being inquisitive and trying to, like I said, find out why is this like that and why is this like that. So if I'm wrong for doing that, then so be it. Catch me on Patreon. Like I said, if you want to cancel me, you have to pay to cancel me. Just like anything else, you have to pay to cancel this subscription. All right, man. With that being said, man, y'all all stay blessed, man. Be easy out there in the beat. Be easy out here in Atlanta, wherever you at. Be easy everywhere, man. Like I said, is how they say, stay dangerous. I hate to say it like that, but you got to sometimes, man. Stay dangerous, but stay on point. Take care of your family, man. Love each other, man. And you know, Mother's Day just passed. Shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to y'all. Love my mother. Shout out Evelyn. Soup. And with that being said, man, make sure y'all cop that. Say That, June 11th. Available on all streaming platforms.